Stanford head football coach Troy Taylor, good friend of mine, reportedly bullied and belittled female athletic staffers, sought to have an NCAA compliance officer removed after she warned him of rule violations and repeatedly made inappropriate comments to another woman about her appearance, according to documents from a pair of investigations obtained by, get this, ESPN. After the first investigation, Coach Taylor signed a warning letter last February, a year ago to this day, February 14th, 2024, Valentine's Day, believe it or not. How ironic that is. Acknowledging he could be fired if the complaints were documented on a second investigation. And that happened last July. So they did another investigation, and they said, you know what? We're going to let you keep your job, Coach Taylor. So he remained on the job. The investigation called Taylor's treatment of the team's compliance officers, quote, inappropriate, discriminatory on the basis of her sex, end quote, saying it had a significant negative impact on the staffer. We'll come back to that. ESPN is not identifying anyone who participated in the investigation. Of course they're not. Some of whom are quoted in the reports as expressing fear of retribution if their names were divulged. Two sources with direct knowledge of the situation spoke to ESPN on condition of anonymity. Mind you, this is a network looking for reasons to fire anyone against DEI, as they employ the largest DEI hire of all time by the name of fucking Mina Kimes. This is why you simply cannot have women in men's spaces when it comes to sports, especially football. This is going to continue to get worse unless we cut women out of football when it comes to men coaching it and playing it. Women simply aren't built to be around men in this space. The testosterone, the energy, the words that need to be said around boys are totally different words that need to be said around girls. This is just the beginning of a witch hunt that will continue to remove men from coaching men so women can slide in and continue to emasculate our men who already have a fucking low T problem, who already lack real men's leadership in this world. Remember this, only a man can raise a fucking boy to be a man. And this is fact. But what do I know? Let's dive right into it, man. This shit is going to get me heated today because I'm fucking tired of it. And I'm tired of the men laying down, taking it. And when are you going to stand up for the fucking men in our men's spaces? And women, guess what? You should be the first ones on the front line defending the men in the men's spaces, because if you really want a bunch of boys to turn into fucking bitches, then you need to take over and start raising all the men yourselves and tell the men to go fuck themselves, because you guys are actually emasculating these motherfuckers and you're turning our boys into little bitch-made motherfuckers who think they can have a fucking pussy and put makeup on their motherfucking faces. Stop the bullshit cap, man. Stop the fuckery. We are ruining our men in this country, and it starts with you, women. No offense. You need to step up and start realizing that you do not belong in this fucking specific space called football. This is only getting worse. The coaches are getting fucking pushed out of coaching boys, and you think that you need to be in that space when you don't even know how it is to raise a motherfucking boy and turn him into a man. You got you women on in men's spaces talking about the game. Cool, fuck it. Do whatever you want to do. But coaching it and being around it, and then you're upset that you get yelled at in it, and you want guys fired immediately because you can't handle the vulgar language that it takes to be around a boy and a man, is simply a fuckery. And you need to stop. You need to fucking stop with the bullshit. Get the fuck out of our way. I'm tired of the men getting fucking railroaded, and no one defends us.
Can I ask you this? Are you more heated because you know him personally? Because I don't know him at all.
Nah, not at all. It's starting to become a trend. If you haven't noticed, this is becoming a trend. This is the new norm, Smitty. women in men's spaces, and then anytime a man gets mad or yells at a boy or a girl that's wanted to be in this space, she can't handle it, and then she goes to admin, and it's too vulgar, it's too what did they say the word was? It was demeaning and all this old shit. Guess what? I have a quick fix. Get the fuck out of our spaces. Get the fuck out of our way. That's the quick fix. Because women, I'm sorry, you're not around this fucking thing and growing. You don't understand it. Boys aren't talked to the same as girls are. Sorry. It is. It's just not. And you don't understand that space. You will never understand that space. And I'm just tired of men who've been doing this for so long. I just got to ask the question, where are people defending the men at? That's all I got to that's the only question I have. I haven't seen it. We can disagree about all the rest of the shit, and I don't care who disagrees or agrees. The bottom line is I want to know where the men's defense is in this space when it's our space to begin with, and now it's become a space to where everyone thinks it's equal opportunity. It's not. This isn't. This is not an equal opportunity space. Just as if, and I just have a question, Smitty, like, why do women want to be in this space so fucking bad? That's the question I have that no one seems to be able to answer me. Why aren't you worried about your own fucking spaces, females, in your own specific sports? Why are you so gung-ho about being around a fucking man in a men's space like football, a gladiator sport, a fucking gladiator sport you have no idea about? Why are you so fucking hard strung on being in this space? This is my number one question for you ladies out there, and I want to know why you don't fucking stick to your own sports and worry about fixing your WNBAs that's fucking 400 million in the red and fixing your other women's sports. Why are you so hell-bent on being in men's spaces is the fucking question that no one seems to be able to answer. Because the bottom line is the only answer you can give me is it's equitable and we belong in anyone's space. No, you fucking don't. Sorry, you just don't. And if I have to be the voice of reason for the men, then it's time to get to that point. Because I'm really fucking tired of seeing great men that I know, not just Troy, but a lot of us, who continue to be pushed out because this fucking female agenda on getting into a man's space and thinking they can fucking raise a boy to be a man is absolute fuckery. And it needs to stop immediately, man. I'm just telling you, Smitty, this is not a space for the weary. It's not a space for the weak. And we're not supposed to be raising boys to be girls. We're supposed to be raising them to be men. And that's our space. And guess what happens, Smitty, when you start to allow women in men's spaces more and more and more? Guess what happens? Men start to abuse women more and more and more. Don't get it fucked up. Because there's a lack of male presence with that male to teach that male how to be around a woman. But when there's a woman around a male teaching a man how to be a man, guess what? You start to distreat and berate women because you don't know how it is to fucking be a man. You have no clue, ladies. And we love you, ladies, for no question about it. But this ain't your space. This ain't your wheelhouse. You need to let the men raise the men. And then you will be treated better. Why is there a higher risk right now of sexual abuse, assault, battery? Because we're low T. We're teaching boys in men's spaces and girls are in men's spaces and boys are in girls' spaces. Stop the bullshit, man. You guys got to fucking stop. And I'm just being honest. This needs to stop. I don't care about all this analytical bullshit and this stat data and data. The fucking fact and the obvious facts are males need to be around males to raise a man. It's just simple. And I don't understand where the fucking defense is for the males. Because all defense is for females. Even coming from fucking men. Defending females over the males in this particular subject and topic. And I'm just tired of it. And if I have to be the voice of reason for these males, then so be it. But I want to know where the fucking defense for the males are. Because the alpha females that I know actually defend and think alike me. The fucking betas in the room and these fucking DEIs that think they belong are the ones against me and the males in this space. They're the females who think they should be coaching football. And then I ask them for their resume, and they have none. And then now they think they belong in telling the coach that they yelled at them and that they can't handle that. You know why? Because they don't yell at you at the Mac makeup fucking counter at Macy's, ladies.
You was doing so good. You was doing so good until you threw out that.
It's true, homie. You can defend this shit all you want, homie, but
you're doing so good, JB.
But if you defend this shit, you're part of the problem, homie. I'm just going to keep it funky with you before you even go. If you defend this in any way, manner, or shape, you're part of this problem, homie. And if you think Mac makeup line...
That's cold blood what you're doing to me right now.
No, if you think that...
Before I even went, he said, if you defend this in any way,
well, I'm just
part of the problem.
I mean, because it's a real simple thing, Smitty. It's a chromosome thing. Like, it's really simple. You can't even defend it. You can't even really start to defend it because at some point, Smitty, it gets old. It's starting to wear thin on us. Mm-hmm. Like, the males in this space who aren't defending the males in this space are the problem. I'm just telling you. I see it too much around here.
For clarity, real quick, you said a whole bunch of stuff. I agree with a lot of stuff you said. Some stuff I disagree, but for the most part, I agree with a lot of stuff you said. First of all, he didn't get fired, right? He's still there, correct?
Correct.
Okay, number one. Number two, these aren't women coaches. This is the compliance office, correct? So it's not. So just for clarity, it's not football specific. It's just the compliance, which is for all sports at that university, correct?
No, and it's football staffers that were female hires.
Okay, cool. So that's why I asked for clarity because I tried to read up on it this morning as well. I thought this was a straight compliance office situation where he was allegedly being rude or whatever to the compliance office people. And from what I read, it was everybody, but it was specifically the women allegedly that he was being whatever to, rude to, whatever case may be. Of course, I agree with you on this because again, this ain't nothing like he's not accused of anything like SA or anything sexual.
No.
They're just accusing him of bullying and belittling, which again, as a football guy, we know how coaches talk. I know the environment. I know how stressful it is. I know how we communicate with each other. It's different. It's different than any other sport, job, genre, anything that you can think of to where, yeah, in the real world, this isn't probably the right way to talk to people. But in that space, that is how we communicate with each other. And you can call it good, bad, or indifferent. But again, we're raising, not only are you raising men, you're coaching them in a sport that's violent. So you can't talk to these men in a way that's gentle and soft. Otherwise, you're going to get a gentle and soft product on that field. So to me, what this sounds like is he's like, I don't know this guy at all, but Coach Taylor sounds like he's the same guy all through and throughout, meaning that when he's coaching, or if he's talking to the athletic director, if he's talking to compliance, if he's talking to, he's in the same guy, same level, same tone. He's not switching up how he's talking because he's talking to compliance or the janitor, whoever. He's the same guy. And apparently these ladies, and again, it's not just ladies, but it's majority ladies is what it sounds like, aren't comfortable with this. All the information that we do have, because they're keeping some stuff kind of close to the vest and not giving us names of the people who's accusing. They're not giving us very, very specifics of what he allegedly said or didn't say. But from what we know, I'm with you actually on this, JB. Like, accused of bullying and belittling. Wait, what did he say exactly? Well, bullying is a broad term. Belittling is a broad term. What is he doing or saying that you're considering as belittling? Is it just his tone? Is he just loud? Is he cursing within his sentences? Or is he actually out here like downing you and going off on you because you're just like, I need more specifics before I can give a full educated response. But based upon what we just know and what I'm hearing and seeing, I agree with you. I just think it's just a tone thing where it's like they just don't understand and they're not used to a football coach speaking in a manner that they do. Now, on the flip side, it sounds like there's a lot of accusations, a lot of accusers. So again, could there be some truth to how he's talking to them? Could be a little off. Maybe it could be because of the number of people that have joined in on this case and made accusations. But I listen. I need my coaches then said some wild shit to us, some stuff that like if I went to Fox and said it in the office, they'd be like, what the fuck? Like, again, it's a different type of environment. So for me, I'm numb to it. And I know, of course, you're numb to it, Coach J, because we know how you get down too. So like, it's hard to really have like that strong sympathy without hearing the specifics. Now, if they came out and he was just saying all types of just crazy shit that just was like, all right, bro, like, then I can have a different answer. But they won't give us the very specific. At least I haven't seen them. So
you know why there's more complaints?
Why?
Because there's more females in our space.
Okay.
And I'm just being real. And here's the reason why. And I'll give you a little context on what some of the things that are being said. So let's just take it in context, Smitty, because you just said something that you realize and know for a fact that you've been around these spaces and understand it.
Yeah.
Inappropriate comments about a female staffer's appearance, smell, and interest in football were made. Now let's dissect into those three things alone.
Yeah.
Appearance.
Then you look good, girl.
But now he's not saying that. What's happening is their appearance around a bunch of boys are what? Inappropriate. Your tits are out. You're a tight dress. You're whatever. If that's the case, guess what I have to do as the leader? I have to go tell my staffer, hey, can you dress a little bit different around my boys so they're focused on me in a meeting and not you in the meeting? Number one. Number two, smell. Guess what? You smell like a fucking French whorehouse right now, and you're fucking up my whole fucking locker room area and my entire fucking space by trying to attract my boys to listen and be around you. Why do you need so much?
Now I'm gonna get you on that. You shouldn't be calm unless somebody in there on some smell like a homeless man and not take care of it. You can't tell a fucking woman, you can't talk about their smell. I'm sorry. I disagree with that note. I disagree with that note.
Listen, we're not. This is not. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm not telling this girl this at all. I'm breaking down the three complaints.
Okay, got you. All right, keep going.
So smell. If you smell in such a way that is distracting my boys, guess what? It's a problem. So the third complaint: interest in football. This is the greatest one of all. You have a disinterest in football because you don't know about football. So really what you're doing here is trying to smell and look good to be around a bunch of fucking boys in a football boy-dominated space. Because you don't know football and you don't have a very strong interest in it. You just have an interest to infiltrate it. Not be in it. You want to infiltrate the space. You don't want to be in a football space. Let's make sure we're clear. So your appearance is not professional to be around boys. Your smell is not. And your interest in football is absolute mockery and a joke. And you shouldn't be around it. So guess what? When those start to get thrown around the offices, Smitty, because I've been around these things, and the girls start to think certain ways that is being said about their look, smell, and interest in football because they don't see the shit getting done that they've given you, the job task at hand I've given you. Here, sweetie, not sweetie, I don't want to say that word because fuck, they'll kill me. I don't know, Sarah. Hey, Sarah, I need you to get the spreadsheet done, and I need this thing done by noon. And then it doesn't get done, and it's fucking just a shitty job. And then I tell you that your job is shitty, and you did a shitty job because you're not very interested in the job, and you're more concerned about your smell and your looks around a bunch of boys. Then it starts to permeate throughout. It starts to get around. It starts to get around the whole office. Then the girls start to get on this defense that, oh, we're going to get let go and fired. We can't be around that. Smitty, I've seen this before, homie. This is not just me making this up. I understand the space like most people don't. I just need people to stop fucking thinking that this is an assumption. I know Troy very well. I know him from Utah days. I know everyone that's been around him from my players to my coaches. This is a fucking joke. It is a mockery, and this shit is going to get worse. And when it starts to happen to your homies, then you're going to come back in 10 years, and we're all going to say, man, JB said it. And I'm not even trying to get the credit for it. I don't give a fuck. I would be an advocate for it, though. I do know that this is going to spiral out of control. And until the women start to understand it and defend the men. By the way, we're not here to fucking get rid of you women and just and get rid of you in all sport. Like, we don't give a fuck. It's football, though. Now, if you can handle the ass ripping, you've been around a dad that raised you around football and you get the space, then fucking come on. But if you're not and you don't understand it, get away, man. Start fucking doing something different. Start helping the women in the sports spaces. I just don't get it, man. I just don't get it, and I'm tired of the men getting to be honest, Smitty, the men are just on an island here when it comes to a sport that requires men to raise boys and coach men. And I just truly don't understand it. Like, Smitty, coaches don't just coach the fucking X's and O's, homie. They coach everything that you know your coaches and Pete and everybody else has done throughout your life off the football field.
Right.
To prepare you to how to deal with women and be a great husband. How many times did Pete Lambeau tell you, prepare you to be a great husband? Like, I don't know this. All I'm saying is I know he mentioned it, I'm sure, around the
talk about a lot of off-the-field stuff.
Be a man. Be a good husband. When you want to, I'm telling you this now, Smitty, so you're a good husband in 10 years. Or 50. Sure. Like, come on, man. Like, imagine fucking Sarah. Smitty, you're going to be a good husband. This is what you got to do. Like, come on, man. Like, let's be real. How do you know, Sarah, how to be a good husband? You should be telling me how you're going to be a good wife. Like, we fucked up here. I mean, it's flipped upside down, dog. Like, come on, man. This shit is, I'm not.
I hear you preaching. You said a lot. You said a lot of stuff that I vibe with. I just want more information. I wish they would tell us more. But Stanford or Stanford, excuse me, is keeping a lot of this stuff.
But Smitty, that's the problem. That's the problem. We're always going to look for more information when we have more women in men's spaces. We're trying to figure out.
An accusation like this to me is like can mess up your brand as a coach. So in fairness to him, I'm like, if y'all gonna do this, then let's see what did he do? I want to know exactly what he did. But
see, that's the problem. We shouldn't be. I
don't like stuff like. Don't just mess his name up because again, if he literally just has a tone and he's yelling and he's saying a few cuss words, whatever, this is completely wrong and this shouldn't be an article.
But the problem is we shouldn't.
To a level where it's like where it's actually inappropriate, then it's a different conversation. Again, I just don't know. Like I don't know. You know him personally, so like if this was my homie, I could assume like, all right, so and so wouldn't do that, or I know how he talks. So you have a more clear answer than I can have. I don't know this dude from Adam. I don't know who he is. So maybe this guy could be saying some wild shit. I don't know. So it's what I'm saying. So my biggest point is if we're gonna put out an accusation like this, put it out there and give us be specific. Don't just say bullying and belittling. Don't just say what does that mean? Appearance. What does that mean? Because the example that you gave us, I feel it makes sense, right? It does make sense. Is that what they're saying, or is that like it's just not enough information to really go in on, in my opinion?
But there shouldn't be enough information. That's the problem you're missing on this whole thing.
Yeah, you're saying it should never even been nothing anyway. But I'm saying there are instances where
you're trying to dig up. See, the problem is you're trying to dig up shit and find out why. Why are we digging up?
I'm just saying if you're gonna accuse somebody, then stand on it. Because otherwise, Jason, anybody can just go out there and say Darnell Smith, and it's like, hold on,
that's my point.
Excuse me, tell me what I did.
That's my point, homie. Like that's my fucking point. There shouldn't be nothing. Like this is the whole reason why we're trying to figure out this whole thing. I couldn't have painted a better picture as far as a bigger picture in this space, and this is why exactly why. This is exactly why, though, that there's people out there asking, I want to know what. I want to know why. There is no what or why, homie. It's you being in our space. And now you getting yelled at like a coach would. And then you taking defense to it. And now you want to do a dig deep into Troy. And you know what the bottom line is going to be? And you want to bet dollars to dimes on this? He's been 3-9 2 years in a row. Stop. Let's just keep it funky. There's a reason why all this shit's coming out right now, because they went fucking 3-9. And if they were 12-3, no one would say shit. But they're 3-9, and you have hired new female staffers to be along with the 3-9 staff. Guess what you're going to get? You're going to get every fucking possible deep dive into why Troy Taylor needs to be removed as the head football coach. Let's just be honest here.
No, that's the fact. And I was going to bring that point up.
But that's the thing, though. Any little thing. But then guess what? We know that's true because you're not putting no names on it. Right. Oh, we don't want the retribution. We don't want the fallout. We don't want to be named. If you don't want to be named, ladies, then get the fuck out of our space. Guess what? Guess who is named? Darnell Smith, assistant D-line coach, who came forward and said Coach Taylor was belittling him. Now, that's a case. He was on the staff. He's a man. He was Sarah McLaughlin just doesn't want to come forward because she was doing fucking, grade checks and found out that 2 of the kids that she was fucking have Fs and she wanted to change their grades. See, that's the fucking problem, homie. I've seen it too much, homie, and I'm not even making shit up, but it is what it is. I'm just tired of it. I hope men can start defending men and women. I hope you start to defend your man in this space. Because I don't know. I know a lot of women, Smitty, that want to come home to a fucking alpha football coach, homie.
Most women do.
And be proud of it. And tell their homegirls, man, my man's a motherfucking alpha. He's a head football coach at Whoop-de-Whoop. I don't know too many fucking females that want to come home and say, I'm the fucking coach. My man works at the mailbox, at the mail office, and he delivers mail all day. And then he comes home to me and takes my fucking boots off. And he takes my fucking cleats off my feet. Then he rubs my motherfucking feet. He rubs my motherfucking feet. And then he fucking gives me a massage because I've been fucking out here putting it down on these men all day. I've been teaching fucking wrong arm, how to spill, how to fucking collapse B gap and spill fucking C gap with the mic, scrape. I've been out here teaching fucking the QBs fucking rock and roll on RPO. I've been teaching fucking sky and cloud versus motherfucking invert 3 high. And I roll down at quarters coverage and I'm like, fuck it, let's go man match. And we get 4 fucking verts. We're going to go straight 0. I've been out here teaching this shit all the motherfucking day. My man been fucking out here fucking delivering mail to you bitch-made motherfucker. I've been out here motherfucking teaching quarters match, bitch. Who the fuck wants that, homie?
What she teaching, homie?
Fucking quarters match, fucking mic scrape, homie. Fuck,
wrong arm, homie.
Fucking teach the wrong arm, homie, to fuck collapse. Fucking Jay Earn says wow because you know you're a fucking beta, motherfucker. That's why you said wow, Jay Earn. Motherfucker, you want females in male spaces. You want your little boy to be a little bitch. That's the fucking problem with you motherfuckers, homie. You beta male ass motherfuckers. Anyone that disagrees with me is a bitch, homie, straight up. Any man in here that disagrees with me is a bitch. And you're raising your boy to be a bitch. Straight up, 100, keep it funky. You got a problem with me, see me anytime, motherfuckers.